Tubby Engineer. Today I'm going to be reviewing Vaping donuts by Fat Daddy Vapes, and they are available from Midland Vaping. Now, the Vaping donuts are basically a ceramic heating element, a replacement for using Kanthal in rebuildable atomizers. If you're not familiar or haven't seen any pictures of them, this is what they look like. It's a small ceramic ring with two leads that come protected with little plastic sleeves. Now, a lot of people are claiming that, or a lot of people say they are the coming thing, better than Kanthal, all that kind of thing. I'm currently running a dual donut build in my Gaia mod, and I've got a Vigo rebuildable on the top. I'm using a pair of donuts. The resistance is coming out at about 0.45, 0.5 ohms, and I'm using a EFEST 35 amp purple battery. I'll just take a vape. Now, this battery has literally just come off the charger, and I'm using Vape Monkey's Morning Glory Cloud Chaser juice, which is an 80% VG juice, so I really should be able to get good thick clouds of vapour from this. Just take another toot. Now, as you see, I'm getting a reasonable amount of vapour. But to be honest, for a 0.4 ohm build, even a 0.5 ohm build using cotton wool as the wick and an 80% VG juice, I should get better vapour than that. Now, I have noticed that one problem with these vaping donuts is the latency time. When you leave them alone for any length of time, they get cool. You push the button to fire, and it takes a little while before they start to get hot. Now, once you've fired them a couple of times, they hang on to the heat, and they hang on to it really quite well. But that first initial vape, they're slower than sedated slugs to get started. You know, they just really takes a long time to heat up. And I've got to be honest, I'm not terribly impressed with them. Now, if you use a rebuildable atomizer, if you're experienced with a rebuildable atomizer and you're capable of building microcoils that kind of thing, then you will probably do much better using a microcoil, you know, a dual microcoil build, than you would with these things. However, if you're not used to building coils, or you've got limited dexterity with your hands, they could be very helpful. Because they come as a single piece, all you've got to do is open the screw holes up on your, open the screws on your RDA, slide the leads into the screw holes, tighten it down, and that's it. As long as the white part, the white heating element, doesn't touch the deck or any other part of the atomiser, it's fine. Gently tuck a bit of cotton wool down the back, and away you go. Just have another vape. I've just popped it onto my Vapor Shock, which is set at 30 watts, just to see if I can get a better cloud out of it. Okay, now it's telling me to check atomiser. Okay, something's gone wrong here. To be honest, it's probably too low to fire on this. Yeah, it's just too low to fire on it. See, that's the other problem. The resistances of these things are pretty low. I mean, I measured this out and I thought I was getting 0.4. Obviously, as I've used it a bit, the coils have changed resistance, and it's now dropped below the point that Vapor Shock will fire at. Yeah. So there we go. The resistance dropped so much it wouldn't fire on my Vapor Shock. Now, it did fire on there earlier. I tried it. But it will fire on my mechanical, obviously. I've got to say I'm disappointed. I really wanted these to be, you know, sort of a step forward. A simple, quick, convenient method of, you know, building setups. You know, slip a donut in, tighten it down, pop some cotton behind it, away you go. If you're not used to building and you're not worried too much about how big a cloud you get, yes, they work. Flavour wise, they seem okay. You know, they don't ruin the flavour. Vapour wise, I don't think you're getting vapour that's as thick or dense as you do with microcoils. So, it's a mixed bag. I mean, that's the build I'm running. You can see that. It's just 2 donuts in an RDA. You know, it's not a complicated thing by any stretch of the imagination. You simply put them through the post holes, leave a bit of space at the back to put some cotton in. I don't know. I really I did want these to be something special, and I can only say that I'm a bit disappointed. Latency time from cold, as I said, terrible. Slower than sedated slug. I mean, it's really... I have a 2.2 ohm microcoil in my Trident, and I can pop that on at 9 watts on my Vapor Shark, pull the wick and dry burn it, and in less than a second the coil is glowing brilliant orange. It's dry burned, no problem. If I lock this down to 9 watts, if I took one out and locked it down to 9 watts, as I tried earlier, it took nearly 4 seconds for the donut to start getting hot. I mean, it got lukewarm, and then after about 4 seconds you could see a visible glow in it. But as I said, once you got it warm from the initial firing, hissing, it gets a lot quicker after the initial fire. Well, I've got to say, vaping donuts from Fat Daddy Vapes, I'm afraid, are a little disappointing unless you're someone who has trouble building coils, in which case you might want to try these. They work out almost as easy as replacing a Kanga type head. You still have to put cotton behind and the rest of it once you've fitted it, but for someone who's new to building RDAs, RBAs, they might work. As I say, a little disappointed. Well, I've been Tubby Engineer, and thank you for watching, and goodbye.